Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Manny here and welcome to another market update on the channel. Guys, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and let's try and get this video to 30 likes. That would be absolutely amazing. Now let's talk about the market, let's talk about Black Friday, and let's talk about the crash. Now, is there going to be another crash? I definitely think so. I feel like we're still not out of the crash yet. Yes, there has been some recovery yesterday. The main reason there was recovery is because people thought that prices were too low. Like, as I said in yesterday's video, I said that prices are way too low. People are going to look to invest and invest soon. So they probably looked at a player like Marcus Rashford, for example, and were like, oh yeah, you know what, yeah, 210k for this card is way too cheap. Now, his price actually went as low as, let me just double check. His card actually went as low as 199,000 coins yesterday in the crash. That's mainly because of the sell-off and the panic. But his price did boom to 235 straight away after 6 PM content, and his price started to decline again. Now, after that decline, what do we see from this card? So his card went back down to 220 last night, and I think he's back up, if I am not mistaken, to 230,000 coins. So yeah, his card's gone up by about 8k, 9k since last night. So that is just telling me that the market is back on the rebound after last night's crash. So what I have told you yesterday, and I am going to stick by my guns and say it, the market is highly unstable. I'm not saying that there's going to be a crash. I'm not saying that there's panic or whatever. There is a huge panic still, right? However, with that panic, there is also a huge demand for cheap cards. Now, loads of people are actually understanding that so many people are panicking and these prices just can't be right. Like, for example, if I was to see this Rashford, for example, for 198, of course I'm going to buy it. Of course I am. If I was to see his inform at 650k, which it was yesterday, of course I'm going to buy him because his card has rebounded. His card, I think, has rebounded the most in the market, because if you look at it, he is 730k, right? 730,000 coins. It's gone up 80k since yesterday. So I just want to say to you guys that the market has rebounded, but I do feel like the market will fall from 6 PM today. The main reason being is because of supply. Now, when there's supply on the market, as you guys know, certain cards don't tend to do well. Of course, Marcus Rashford will probably still maintain his price or be a decent price because of his inform being out of packs. But his gold card is in packs now, so I can actually see this card falling again. So if you do have a card like this, I would probably take the money because he is at a really good price. I mean, 227 for this card, I would not complain if I was getting that money, because I know that yes, he was 260k earlier, but that was mainly because he was out of packs. Now he's back in packs. Now there is UCL marquee matchups maybe, and anything can happen. That's if EA bring their UCL marquee matchups. Now, because it is an international break, they might not bring it out. So we'll only know by content by every Tuesday and every Wednesday, or every Tuesday rather, EA do release some sort of SBC. So yeah, that's really it for Marcus Rashford. I want to talk to you about my overnights and why I did it. So I actually picked up 4 Irvings that I lazy listed, and I picked them all up for 122 to 125k. I sold one at 136, so I was like, that's the cheapest one I'm going to sell one for. And I sold 2 for 139, and they sold as well. And then I did one lazy at 148, which also happened to sell. So my theory about Irving Lozano being the best tradable card in any market environment is just getting proven correct all the time. Only the reason being is because this card is super meta, and people are using him to complete that career objective. So people are building their Serie A squads to complete this career objective. So what they're doing is they're buying Serie A players at a price, and there's always going to be demand for a player like Irving Lozano because he's in Serie A, and they can get a Correa who is a link to him as well. So a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are trying to bolster their squads for these icon swaps that are coming out in December, or these icon SBCs as well, to see if they can get some untradables in their club, and also if they can rely on untradables this weekend league. So I will not be surprised if Lozano's price actually does take an increase again, because I think he is back down at 130k. Let us just double check for you. Another player as well is in DD. I picked him up for 200, flipped him for 219. But let's go on to Lozano and talk about him quickly. Right, so Irving Lozano is, yeah, I think he's about 132,000 coins or something like that. Because, firstly, he's nowhere to be seen at 130k, which just proves that his price has already gone up. Yeah, guys, so there is none at 130,000 coins, which just shows that his price has already increased. Let's do this. Let's put 130 to 138. We should see a Irving Lozano here somewhere. And another thing, guys, there are a lot of cheeky people out there buying the 83s and putting them up at 85 prices, and I have seen some of them sell. Like, I have seen some of these cards sell. So I just want you guys to be careful. If you are trading with Lozanos, don't end up buying his 83s instead of his 85s. The biggest issue that I've seen, okay, so he's at 132,000 coins, which is back down. I can expect him to probably go lower to that 130. Let's watch this one. We'll just watch this. Yeah, I can see him going lower to 130k, 128k, 127k. I feel like this card as an overnight investment is honestly so good. I've not had an issue with him yet. And do you know what the worrying thing is? I don't want people to figure out this method because it is such an easy way to make coins just by picking up the same player. I mean, he's been a very good player to trade with. Ndidi's been a very good player to trade with as well. Bruno Fernandes went low yesterday. He's back up by 70,000 coins. So Bruno Fernandes' inform went to around about 430k yesterday. He's back up to, he hit 510 last night. I saw one sell at 510 last night, and I was just thinking, wow, I think his price is back down a little bit to 470. But what I can expect from the market just by looking at these cards, I can see a little bit of a rebound before the crash. So as I said, guys, there might be an SBC at 6 p.m. where these cards will either decrease or increase in price. As I also said to you guys, the market doesn't cycle in 24 hours like it used to. Now the market cycles every 12 hours. So within 12 hours, every single 12 hours, you will see a recovery. You will see a little shock to the market in the sense that a player will drop in price excessively. But then you will also see a recovery. A lot of these players have recovered. A lot of these players have also fallen. Especially specials. Like, specials are really good players to trade with because golds, if they drop and then rise, their rise isn't as big as their drop. Whereas these informs or specials, even rule breakers, for example, Kamara dropped to 55k yesterday, right? Kamara dropped to 55k after the day before being at 57k. He went from 57 to 60 and then back down to 55. Now this Kamara card is actually really good, especially for that League One link, which everyone is anticipating a player of the month League One. Now he's back up to 60k. So that's just saying that, okay, cool, there is a demand for this card. A lot of people are buying this card, and a lot of people are trading with this card here because his price is fluctuating day by day. So he's a card that I would look out for if you've got low budget. And to be fair, even if you've got a high budget, if you invest in like 10 Kamaras at 55,000 coins, do you know that he's going to go to 60k? Every single day, his price has crashed to 55 and increased to 60k. Every single day since the crash has actually begun. So, and even if you lose coins on a player like this, the tax value is only 2.5k. So the amount of coins or the amount of risk you are taking on a player like Kamara is very minimal compared to the amount of risk you would be taking on a Di Maria, for example. And Di Maria has gone up and down as well. However, his increase or decrease in value hasn't been justified by his tax value. So he is a player that I would probably stay like well away from. So yeah, he's sitting at 370,000 coins. And if you were to get taxed on this card, you'll be getting taxed from 17.5 to 20k. So that means you would have to look in the range of 345k to pick up this card, which I don't see happening anytime soon, especially because of how rare rule breakers are. But if you do see a card like Di Maria fall by even 30, like not 30k, probably like 40, 50k, then you know it's a buy. As I said yesterday, 30% of a higher price, higher budget player, a fall in 30% for a higher budget player means that the player should rebound, and even if he rebounds by 10%, the amount of coins that you guys will be making will honestly be so much. And yeah guys, if you have enjoyed this video and you have enjoyed this market update, make sure to smash out that like button. Until next time guys, in a bit.